Hey, what's up, guys? Today I'm gonna share some of my older findings, the stuff that really got me, like, gung-ho on this stuff, because it really made me a true believer, like, hyper active. Because originally I wasn't even looking for this stuff. Last year I went to a Texas weather cam. I was going to check out the Hurricane Florence. And on some of the weather cams, I just saw the craziest stuff I've ever seen. I'm like, wow, I wonder if this storm has anything to do with this stuff. And that's what kind of got me. And then I kept looking every day at these things, and I would find crazier and crazier stuff. And that's what's got me on it today. I mean, it was really, the proof was, it really sold me once I started seeing with my own eyes all this stuff, when I wasn't even really looking for it. But anyways, let's go through some of the stuff. Look at this light over here. This is from a ship. This is from, I think, I caught this same thing on that temple, flying Anunnaki temple I caught. There's a demon face right there too. And then these things up here, they look so weird, but I've caught them looking physical. They look like portals to me, and I think they are. But they're like time-space craft at the same time. It's really weird. But, look at this, like, wall over here. This was tripping me out. I mean, it looks like a fence. Like this grid here. It made me think of, like, the Matrix or, like, Soul Grid or something. And then on top, you have this wheel. It's like a wheel. And I don't know if it's like a lock or something, but it's very strange. Look at this. There's like a wheel hooked to this fence. Very, very weird. And you have a big eyeball right here, too. A reptilian eye. But yeah, there's a bunch of crazy stuff here. This was another shot. I mean, it's almost like a big spider web. Look at this. Crazy stuff. And at the same time, on other cameras in different spots, look at this. There's this big orb that lit up purple. Wow. Yeah, I see an alien head right here. There's an ugly looking thing right there. It's really bright, but I can see him. Now, all at the same time, there was stuff happening all over the city. I think this was a different day. Or a different time. This was that, when I pointed out that light, this is that floating temple. And it's got the stairway, comes down here, goes up. And it's got like this circle with what I think is a devil head. Yeah, that's unbelievable. I mean, I've shared this one before where I've actually made it easier to see, but I mean, you could see this temple right here. You could see the edges of it. It goes over here. Okay, there's these lines. Then there's this thing, and it goes like this, right? Then it comes down here, it goes over here, it goes around. And this, oh, sorry about that line, but that's what it looks like, guys. I mean, you can see the outline of it. And then these are either boosters or something, weapon or whatever. And this is probably one of the best images I've ever gotten. A true Anunnaki temple. This is a true interdimensional Anunnaki temple. Okay. There's the top of it. You can see the stairway right here. How it goes up. And then there's stairs on this thing. Okay. Then it goes down here and it's like that. I mean, it goes, yeah. Very, very crazy. Okay. Yeah, this was another closer shot, I think, a little bit. I mean, you could see something right there. It looks like some kind of bean, but yeah, some kind of gray or something. But yeah, if you're not a believer after you see this stuff, something's wrong with you. I'm so glad I saved that. I mean, I had stuff that was even crazier than that. And I still got some really good stuff. This is when I first started noticing this stuff was in raindrops. When you see it, it was like smoky. They're more smoky than clear watery. And you could see the outlines of these things. Like their heads popping up a lot. Check this out. Look at this demon right here. As things spread, he's got horns. Something like that. I'm a horrible artist, but that's kind of what it looks like. You can see the horns popping up, and then the wings of the fallen angel. And then this was wild. Look at this head, guys. Or whatever it is. Something crazy right here. Or some kind of craft. And I think you got a bean right there, maybe right here. But there's all this stuff coming off from it. See that, like, green plasma fusion, whatever the hell it is. Wow. See a part of a face right there. I mean, this stuff is just wild. Every time I see it. And I've seen it 1,000 times. Look at this. This is what I mean. These things can almost look physical. Wow. Ugly, ugly beans, man.
There's some more clothes. You want to throw in?
Wow. I mean, this stuff it's pretty close. I mean, you get this close to stuff, it's wild. Okay, here's another shot. And see, this thing's still chilling up here. Yeah, I could see it just faintly, the staircase right there. It's I don't know if it's stationary, just chilling up there. This is one of the first images I caught, I think. This is really what started blowing my mind when I saw this green stuff down here. I'm like, what the hell is that? But now I know where to look a little bit, because you look right above, you see this big head right here of some kind of being. 2 eyes. Mouth. It's very translucent, but it is some kind of goddess type weird demonic being. It's just wild. And this was a different camera, I think a little bit later. But yeah, I've shown this one before too. Or these. Very crazy stuff. It's it's wild. Look at that. Look at that. There's a being right there. Humanoid. Or, I don't know. Actually, the more I look at it, no, that's some kind of demon type creature. It is kind of humanoid, but I mean, you can find the craziest stuff just looking into this darkness. You'll see, like, these things, like, operating. Wow, whoa. Man. And it's crazy how these people, like, around, I don't think even notice this stuff. I don't know how. There's a red-faced demon with the green eyes. There's a green eye right there. He's got a nose, bald head. Sorry. Right there. There's his nose, his head, green eye right there. I've seen a lot of these red-eyed, or red-skinned, green-eyed demons, like devils, straight up devils. And these things do pay homage to something, or someone, or some being that is the typical looking Satan. And I've seen it imprinted on their ships, and like that Anunnaki temple. It was pretty much your typical image of Satan. It looked like a green-eyed, red skin. I mean, I've seen them before with the color, like half like lizard, half humanoid thing. It almost looked like, I don't know, just very weird. What was that? Go back. Look at this. Here's a reptilian. Bam. Have you guys ever seen a full image of a reptilian like that? There's his eyes, his mouth, and you can see the skin is reptilian. I mean, you don't get much more obvious than that, guys. There's another one. There's a being with like a pointed nose. Oops. I'm doing this with my fingers, guys, so it's kind of hard. And this blue light, I'm not sure if that's just normal or what. It sucks because the ones that I lost, they were like these bug-like creatures. I mean, it was like sci-fi, freaking Star Trek type, ugly living machines, almost like that octopus thing that I caught on the camera. I think it was a British Columbia weather cam. These things are like half living AI craft, and it is very scary. And that's what I'm saying. Like, when I think about it, every myth, every sci-fi movie, everything, every fairy tale, something, everything has to come from some truth. Maybe it was twisted or spun a little bit, but it all comes from some truth because someone witnesses something, or even if they have an image, it's from someone else or something that they've seen or someone else's witness that they've imagined. And then, but it's from a description of something, everything comes from some bit of truth. That's why I think every fairy tale or mythical beast or monster, there is some truth to it. It's just some get spun, maybe some don't get spun, and we just have been brought up not to believe it just because other people have not seen it with their own eyes. Look at this. We got a gray sitting in his craft operating. I know it's pixelated, but you can tell that's what's going on here. I mean, you can catch these things all over the place. These demons, there's another demon, but his face isn't coming out, but you can see it in the screen like that. It is a clear demon. But yeah, so that's what these aliens are. At least the Greys and these reptilians are demons. They are the aliens, demons, whatever you want to call them. There's another Grey. Two of them. You got one right here and then one above. In some kind of machine that's half invisible. Got one Grey right there, one right there. I know you guys are probably like, this dude's crazy. But I mean, you can always tell this isn't normal stuff going on. You can see that translucent images of this stuff. And right here you got that beast, a dragon of some sort, with its mouth open and teeth. Its eye, and then it's got its head turning like teeth. It reminds me of a beast I saw off Willow, if you guys have ever seen that, where he fights that like three-headed dragon. It looks just like that. But then you see these beings either on top of it or something. You got these demons all around it. There's one there. I mean, they're just stacked together. You could see their eyes and mouth. I mean, the Grey's face is pretty easy to make out. And it does look like some kind of weird craft down here. Look at this. You got some metal going that way. It's got lights on the end. Very weird looking. It's like blue and silver and green. I mean, looking at it from far away, definitely something down there. Anyways, guys, I don't want to take up your whole day. I could, with all the images I have here. Look at that. There's another translucent image of a gray or demon. But I caught one just yesterday that I wanted to share with you guys. It was... Hold on. Look at this. This was in the sky. Look at this stack of grays right here. Just sticking their heads out of the clouds. There's 3 of them. There's one right there, an eye and mouth looking this way. There's one with his head down right there. And there's one with its head up right there. And look at that. There's no other explanation for what that is. I mean, if you've seen one, you're not fooled by what that is. I thought that was crazy. Because they look physical right there, don't they? That looks physical. 3 of them. And then, this was like 15 miles down the road from my house. So, this is very close. Look at this ship right here. You got the windows. This is like several decks. It's like triple deck. These are like flying space stations. And they're all over the place. I mean, that thing is massive. But then look at these things. Anyways, guys, I'm going to let you go. I'm running out of space. God bless. Thanks for watching, and please share.